All right, I think we're live. Jeez, it's been a minute. I think we went live only one other time so far, so man, getting back in the groove of things. But anyways, guys, if you're on the replay, welcome. I hope to see you more for streams coming up. A lot of streams and videos coming up, so I'm a bit 10 minutes late, but we're getting into it, so. Hey, Aiden, Logan, what's up, bud? Leafs, Ross, how's it going? Zaf, Darkness, let me know if you guys can hear me all right. PGC, Kate, Clay, Zeta, Ray, bro, what's up, guys? Best of hockey, Joseph. You guys ready for the hockey season or what? Hey, I'm late. Hey, we got a lot of people joining. It's good to see. Is this a good time to stream, like 9 o'clock Eastern time? I feel like not too late. I figured it'd work for a lot of people, especially for the people that have school. Like, even if you got to get up at like 7, you're still getting a good amount of sleep. Let me just let Discord know we're live. What's up, Celty? Man, hockey season. I'm excited, guys. You've been grinding for the 2022 draft class? There you go. Anytime's a good time to stream? Well, I get it, but some people it works out more later. Logan's kind of late for you. Fair. Hey, Canuck Clay's in the chat. Guys, if you haven't yet, I hope you did. Go check out the video from today. I have another video with Clay that I'm probably going to post later in the week. Later in the week or next week. But I need help on that Bolts lineup? No, I don't need help. Actually, the Bolts might be Logan. I feel bad. You might be getting finesse tonight. Like, I have it on my phone. So basically, I have like quite a few lineups that I've already kind of like put into... I don't know, my folders, but I have like a bunch of lineups that I've kept in my notes. So the Lightning, Panthers, Penguins, Flyers, and Devils, I think I have on my phone. Actually, and Capitals too. And then the rest of the lineups, basically, I have kind of already here. So, I mean, I could just copy and paste it and just put it in, but... What's up, Thompson? If I haven't said hi to you, just say hi again. Reed, Oliver... Cranfield, man. Yeah, I saw Crosby's injury. Obviously, that affects the Pens' plans right off the bat because it doesn't seem like, well, we'll see if Malkin's ready, but I don't think he's going to be. So, no Crosby, no Malkin. They're going to have to fill the holes up the middle, and I would say that it's going to be tough. Like a guy like Teddy Blueger is going to have to step up. And also, for your fantasy leagues, like that's a big question mark on if you're going to draft Crosby or not, so... Anyways, we got how many people in here? 30? All right, let's notify Discord. Let's tell Twitter people we're live, and then let's get going. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. I want to get more people in here. I think once I start streaming more again, people are going to start joining quite a bit more. Diener, it's good to see you. Yeah, Celty, I don't know about that late. I mean, possibly. I mean, they said a week into the season, so... Oh, Pat, you lost in the championship? That's tough. That's always sucky. What's up, Blair? What's up, Jude? What's up, Evan? Yeah, guys, we're going to organize fantasy for the channel in the next couple weeks, so. Yeah, Clay, it's definitely, weird that way. I guess, I mean, it's kind of probably two reasons. One, because some players want their kind of, vacation, their time off versus, recovering from a surgery. I know, sometimes that doesn't make the most sense, but I can see the perspective of, players kind of want the time off and just, want to just completely check out for a bit and just work on, I don't know. I think for Crosby it's different because I'm kind of surprised because usually Crosby's all about, work, get to the gym, keep putting in the work kind of stuff. So I don't know the reason behind Crosby, but maybe that was the reason for Matthews, for example. Hey, congrats, Darkness. There you go. Hey, what's up, Nordic? Good to see you in the chat. Hey, we got 45 people in here. That's good. Let's go. Did noties go out? I don't know, guys. You guys let me know. Did noties go out on time? The viewership will probably double when I put the Discord notification out here. But, yeah, because YouTube noties are so inconsistent. I have people telling me that they don't get noties for, a month. But then other people say they get it, all the time. So I guess it just depends, what kind of noties you have on. Or just YouTube's just dumb that way. Well, yeah, I mean, Logan, you also have to consider, I haven't been streaming, right? Once I get back into the streaming grind, people are going to be like, yo, this guy's back, so I can actually show up. Because right now, people are like, yo, where's this HTH guy? Did he quit YouTube or something? Brayden, I made my videos. You didn't watch the videos, Brayden? Ah! Brayden, what are you saying, bro? Yeah, man, it was crazy. I mean, I made videos for it. Not too long videos, so if you want to just go check out those videos, all my thoughts are there. I posted 2 or 3, but yeah, man, it was pretty crazy. I guess when it happened, it was kind of like, okay, it makes sense. Carolina's getting a little revenge and getting the Finns together, but at the same time, it didn't really make a lot of sense for Carolina. I mean, they've been really sketchy this offseason. Do I think Philip Forsberg will be traded? Like, the easy answer is saying yes, but, I mean, Mikael Granlund returned to Nashville. Like, I think certain players just like it in Nashville. Like, I think if Nashville's doing really poor, then they might trade him, but, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he stays. I mean, the hot take would be, like, I still wouldn't be surprised if Duchesne gets dealt. Like, I know his contract's bad, but there's other bad contracts, like, that Nashville could take on while taking on some assets. Like, I'm not saying these are, like, realistic outcomes, but, like, for example, Calgary with Lucic, Edmonton with Koskinen. Like, there's certain contracts out there where, like, Nashville would be willing to take those on. And if one of those teams wanted to take on Duchesne, like, I'm not saying it would work, but I'm just saying, like, if you put Duchesne with, like, McDavid, or if you put Duchesne with, like, one of those big centers and put, Duchesne as a winger, oh, my God. The Yankees just got a 3-run home run. Oh, my God. Anyways, the Jays are up 3-0, and Brett Gardner, the Jays killer, man. I can't believe it. All right. Well, I can believe it. Classic. Anyways. What's up, Avi? Hey, thank you, Ray, bro. Yeah, guys, make sure you go watch the video from today for Canuck Clay. Or with Canuck Clay, for the Canucks. All right. Do you guys want to get into... We don't actually have to. I was saying, like, I was thinking about when I was going live, I was like, I can just not be lazy and make it as videos, but I can also... I don't know. Like, I have right now the Cali team synced up. Like, I'll tell you guys all the teams I have right now synced up. And we can add some, like, on stream, too, and I can make my predictions on stream. But the ones that I have, like, ready right now, I'll tell you guys. So, San Jose, Arizona, Vegas, Ottawa, Calgary, Winnipeg, Colorado, St. Louis, Buffalo, Anaheim, Dallas, did I say LA? And yeah. So, those are the ones I have synced up right now. And the ones that I have on my phone that are, like, right here, I have Detroit, I have... Give me a sec. I think I have Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh's, like, I haven't really finalized Pittsburgh's yet because Crosby and Malkin, it doesn't seem like they're starting the year, so it's kind of hard to do Pittsburgh. But I guess I could predict, like, what they're going to do opening night without Crosby, Malkin, I guess. Yeah, Braden, of course. Like, the Canes should have... like, Waddell, that was so sketchy. Like, just letting the Delkovich go when it could have been, like, 3.5. I understand he wasn't great in the AHL for a bit there, but it was a breakout year for him, and you don't just... It's not like they were trying to commit, like, a Binnington contract and saw some, like, 5 or 6. It was going to be around 3. No, Jack. I mean, Jack, if they trade both Hurdle and Kane, they're definitely going to go for a rebuild. I mean, I would imagine the only 2 guys that end up staying would be Carlson because of the contract and Vlasic because of the no movement clause. Unless Vlasic decides to waive it. Like, Burns probably gets dealt eventually. I only think that because Burns has showed so well towards the end of his career as well. And I think a lot of teams could use a guy like Brent Burns. And I think he's only got 3 or 4 years left. Oh, yeah, Couture will probably stay, the captain. But I could see him even getting dealt. Like, I could see Timo Meier getting dealt. I could see LeBanc getting dealt. So Couture maybe might stay. But yeah, Burns with a retained cap, I could see him getting dealt. Carlson, that deal is going to be so hard to move. I don't see how it happens. Hockey Froggy. I believe the age is... Oh my God, why do I always forget this? Is it 26, guys, for the rookie? I always forget this, man. It's a rule that I keep... Like, I remember that it exists, but I forget the age. I think it's 26. It's like 25 or 26. Now, Salty, they just asked me what's the cutoff for a rookie. I think it's 26. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Phantom? How's it going, Noah? Kim's in here. How's it going, Kim? Zarbian says, HTH, how you been? How's it going, Zarbian? Nathan, what's up? Oakley, what's up? All right, Oakley's in here. Should we start with some... Okay, guys, let me know which teams I should start with, like, out of the teams I just listed. Because I see some Avs fans in here. I see a couple Sens fans. What's up, Colin? So I said, Pittsburgh and Detroit I have on my phone. But, like, Pittsburgh's a hard one right now because we don't know. I don't think Malkin's not starting the year. Crosby's not starting. So I'm going to figure out a lineup for Pittsburgh because I want to get creative with Pittsburgh now. And, hey, thanks, Kim. Okay, so let's do Sens and Avs. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I was going to probably record these just in case people want me to post them after. I was going to ask, or maybe post it on the second channel just so if people didn't join the stream, they can just watch the vids. Okay, let's do Sens. How about this, guys? Let's do Sens, Flames, and Jets together, some of the Canadian teams. Then let's go Avs, Blues, Stars. We'll rip through them, not take long. Just give, like, my straight shot, like, thoughts, kind of all that. All right? Is that fair? We go Sens, Flames, Jets, rip through those three. Then go Avs, Blues, Stars. All right. So 6 teams no one cares about. Whoa, guys, are you going to take this disrespect from Alex in the chat? Alex, who are you a fan of? Whoa. Says 6 teams no one cares about. Whoa. Okay, the Avs, like, how do no one care about the Avs? What? That's tough, man. All right, that was tough. All right, guys, let's go with the Sens first. Yeah, Oakley, you're going to beef with this guy? Oh, Alex is a Leafer, so we got to back Alex low-key. Alex, don't be making us Leafers look bad. Hey, Richard's in the chat for the Blues. There you go. We're going to go through the Blues here. And you guys debate with me. I want you guys to give me shit. If you feel like I made a take or... Because, guys, I gotta get used to the hate again, you know? You know the trolls are going to come through, so nothing toxic. But you guys got to give me shit. If you have an opinion or you have something, be like, John, that ain't it. Or, John, the lineup's got to be different. You got to give me the shit, all right? Don't just be throwing random stuff out. But if you actually believe it, then give me shit on it. We'll see, Hockey Boy. I'm going to go through Nashville's lineup, if not tonight, this week. So, are we keeping the same energy? We'll see. What's up, Hockey Froggy? All right, let's start with the Sens. Pull the Sens lineup here. All right. You guys ready? All right, let's do it. All right, so let's look at the Ottawa Senators lineup. All right, this is going to be tough. All right. So the Sens in 2021, 2022. So I have a few takes here with the Sens. I have 2 possible lineups. So this one for me is a little bit of a hot take lineup. I have Tkachuk, Norris, Batherson, the top line. I have Stützle with Pinto and Sokolov. I think Sokolov could be ready. Here's what I'll say. I really liked, if anyone watched the World Championships, Nick Paul and Connor Brown were lighting it up together. I loved Nick Paul and Connor Brown together. So I think if you want to get Colin White going a little bit, you get the guys that had already gotten some chemistry going with Nick Paul and Connor Brown. I know some people are going to be like, hey, White and Connor Brown, more experienced. Why is Pinto up there? Sokolov, is he ready? I really liked what I saw in Sokolov in the AHL. I mean, he's 6'3", but he's a beast. And I feel like he's a guy that's going to be so under the radar that in a couple of years, he's just going to be a consistent top 6 guy. So I really like the potential of the chemistry on the third line. Here's what I'll say, as I just said. If in training camp or if there's any sense that they feel Sokolov's not ready or even Pinto's not ready for that big of a role, they're going to be like, hey, we're going to give Tierney maybe more of an opportunity in the top 9, or Connor Brown's got to be on that second line. So that's where I'm going to pull up a different lineup. But I do see Formenton and Watson being the two wingers on the fourth line. It's just a matter of who is on that fourth line. Is it Tierney, or does Tierney get a boost into the top 9? I'm pretty solidified with the defense. I think Chabot, Zaitsev is your top pair. I think Delzato and Zub is your second pair. I could see a scenario where it's like Zub with like Brandstrom or Mete, and then you have like kind of just a solid pair in Delzato and Holden. But I think Brandstrom and Mete, kind of what I've seen from the Sens mindset, I think they're going to be battling for that 7th spot. Josh Brown, hey, there's some major hate for Josh Brown, but we'll see where he's at. Here's what I'll say, guys. The Sens goaltending is really interesting. I think Matt Murray, you go in and just kind of have a bright mindset that Matt Murray's going to bounce back, but I know there's going to be some chirps. There's going to be some shit talk on Matt Murray. You have to go with an open mindset that Buddy can bounce back. We saw some good games from him last year. I want to see Philip Gustafsson, though. That's what I'm saying. None of this, give this guy time to develop. The time is now for Gustafsson. He looked so good last year. I think you give Gustafsson a fair opportunity to get a good amount of games. And Anton Forsberg's there for good support as the third goalie. As you see, you don't see Logan Brown here. I don't think Logan Brown plays this year. I mean, at least not with Ottawa. Whether it's overseas or he gets traded, Logan Brown's probably not around. So I think they might keep his rights, but I wouldn't be surprised if they trade him as well. We'll see what happens. All right, so this is a different scenario of a lineup. Basically, the defense, I think, are the same, but the forwards change. So you have Tkachuk, Norris, Batherson still. Then you have Stützle with Pinto and Connor Brown. So what I was kind of saying. Then you have Nick Paul, Tierney, and White as the third line. And then your fourth line is Formenton with like Kelly or Logan Shaw as your center. Then with Watson, and then you have your extra forwards potentially in like Aberg or Sabrin. Like, I think Aberg is going to try to battle for a spot, potentially. Sabrin, we know Scotty Sabrin will be in the mix. But Parker Kelly or Logan Shaw, I feel like if you feel like Sokolov's not ready and you want to give him one more year, at least half a year in the AHL, then Parker Kelly or Shaw will be your fourth line center. So, all right, let's see here. All right, guys, I paused it. So give me your thoughts. I paused the recording because I want to record these. So give me your thoughts right now on the Sens lineup. You got any debate? Sokolov in or out, guys? For people, I mean, some people don't know who Sokolov is, but for the Sens fans or people that know who Igor Sokolov is. Zub, first pair. Yeah, Zub could be with Chabot, but I think to balance it out, I think Chabot and Zaitsev are good enough. Yeah, guys, do your research. Look at Sokolov's highlights. They're pretty sick. You wouldn't be surprised if Stützle plays center a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if anything like Stützle plays any position, Ray Bro. I could see Stützle playing center. I could see him playing right wing. I think you keep him where he was comfortable, but I could see him anywhere. Yeah, it just depends on how Pinto plays. I would say that's kind of the big wild card for the Sens. As much as like Sokolov could step in and be like a real nice surprise, if Pinto doesn't play well, then Colin White's really got to step up in that center role. There you go. You're saying Sokolov is in? There you go. Sank says there's no way Stützle does not play with Tkachuk. I'd say there's quite a way that Stützle doesn't play with Tkachuk. I mean, unless they switch him to the right wing, I mean, like, I think you stick with what you had. I mean, Tkachuk, Batherson, and Norris developed a good top line. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We could see a situation where they try Stützle with Tkachuk and Norris. But then you still have a scenario where, like, one of the wing sides are really weak. Like, the right wing side is probably arguably more weak if you don't have Colin White there. But if you take Stützle off that left wing, your left wing is really weak. So, Paul White, Sokolov could be good. Yeah, that could be decent. Ahmed, hey, good luck with school. All right, let's move on to... All right, let's go to the power play. So penalty killers, I could see, I mean, a bunch of guys. Connor Brown, Nick Paul, Chris Tierney, White, Formenton, all those guys can play penalty kills. So, Tkachuk, like actually, I would say most of the Sens forwards can play penalty kills. So, that's a positive side for the Sens, but obviously the power play is how are they going to form it? So just to look at the power play, I see Tkachuk, Batherson, Norris, Stützle, and Chabot. I think you stick with that. If there's any debate on like If there's any debate on Stützle playing with Tkachuk or Batherson playing with Tkachuk, you're going to have those guys together on the top power play unit. So that's where I think the power play is that for the number one unit. Then the second unit is probably going to be like Sokolov or Paul in front. If Sokolov makes it, he could be there. Pinto, White, Brown, and then Brandstrom. All right, no, I just wanted to include the power play. I'm going to move to the next team now. So we're going to go to the Jets. I think the Jets are the next team. Oh, the Flames. All right, dope. We'll do Flames, then Jets. All right, you guys give me your thoughts in the comments, and I'm going to read it all over. All right, now the Calgary Flames. So I have also two scenarios for the Calgary Flames lineup. So this first scenario sees Gaudreau with Monahan and Tkachuk. You have Mangiapane with Backlund and Lindholm. You have Dubé with Godin, who had a really good year in the AHL. I think you give an opportunity to him, and also it gives a right shot center. Then Coleman. So you have a really good, I would say, kind of grinded out two-way third line. And then you have Lucic, Lewis, and Pitlick, a really good light grinding fourth line. Hanifin with Tanev, Zadorov, Anderson, Valimaki, Shillington as your defense. And I'll show a different scenario here. I think Zadorov and Shillington and Valimaki could be in different spots. And then Markstrom and Vladar. Those are your goalies. So this is the different scenario, so we'll compare. This is the second scenario. You have Gaudreau with Lindholm and Tkachuk. So you have Lindholm at center. Personally, I just don't love Lindholm at center. He can play there for sure. I just think now there's a problem with the Flames here where it's like, okay, so if you have Lindholm on the right wing, your wingers are really, really, really solid in your top nine. But, like, if you have Lindholm on the wing. But if you have Lindholm on the center, your center depth is really stacked. So that's where it's like, you draw Lindholm, Tkachuk, Mangiapane, Monahan, Coleman. You have Coleman on the second line. Then you have Dubé, Backlund, Pitlick. So you have a really good, still grinding, like, checking third line. And then you have Lucic with either Lewis or Brad Richardson as the fourth line. With Richie potentially there as well. So I think there's a bunch of different scenarios with the Flames. As I said, I think you kind of want to show off Monahan if you do end up wanting to trade him. This is kind of like the last show for Monahan and Gaudreau potentially with the Flames. So you need to show well with them. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the power play, and I'll talk about this first. So, like, Tkachuk, Gaudreau, Monahan, Lindholm, Hanifin. I could see Mangiapane on that top power play unit, but that's kind of how I'd run it. Maybe Rasmus Andersson on the top power play unit. Then the second power play unit, Coleman, Dubé, Backlund, and then, as I said, Mangiapane, like three of those four guys, and then Valimaki as the extra defenseman. So there's a lot of different scenarios. Man, the Flames, this is a big, like, I would say make or break year for them. If they can't make it work this year, they're going to blow this shit up. So, yeah, I mean, give me your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll pause it there. You think switch Backlund and Lindholm? So what? Backlund... You want Backlund on the top line? Hey, how's it going to you, Sally? Thanks for being here. Coleman in front of the net on the power play? I could see that, yeah. I mean, if you look on the power play and what I had it, I really didn't have, like, one of those guys standing, like, because it depends. Like, Dubé on the power play might mean that Coleman's not, you know, like, one of those guys won't be on the power play. See, I think if Tkachuk has a bounce back year and Monahan plays better, Gaudreau offensively, like, production-wise, he did all right last year. So I think the Flames have the potential to make the playoffs for sure in a weaker Pacific Division. I mean, if they were in the Metro, that's a different conversation. But Odell, it's your birthday? Hey, guys, let's get a happy birthday to Odell if it's his birthday. Happy birthday. And Paul DeFox in the chat. Guys, go subscribe to Paul DeFox and Sally DeFox. Let's go. Yeah, no toxic comments. You like the Lions bacon? Which one do you like better? Guys, you like this one, line up 1, or line up 2? So the big difference is, like, Lindholm not at the center spot, but Godin in the lineup here. And this one's like Coleman a boost in the lineup, and then Lindholm at center. Kind of mixed. Some of you guys like lineup 1. Hey, that's good. We'll see what it ends up being, like, a bit into the season. All right, let's go with the Jets, guys. Lots of combos about the Jets here. So give me your thoughts on the Jets. All right, now the Jets lineup. So I have like this big debate here because I'm kind of thinking like, do you run it back with Connor, Scheifele, and Wheeler and have that chemistry? We've seen that top line work. But at the same time, it's like Dubois. You want to get that guy going. So it's like, do you keep Dubois on that second line with Stastny, Ehlers, or do you try to get Dubois going on the top line? I think you definitely like try Dubois in different scenarios, see what works for him. But obviously the trend, or at least what we've seen, is Connor with Scheifele and Wheeler. So figure out that top six. I think the third line is either two scenarios. Kopp, Lowry, and Vesalainen if Vesalainen's ready, or Kopp, Lowry, and Harkins. And then your fourth line would be Toninato, Gustafsson, and Riley Nash. So I don't think there's a huge amount of debate with the Jets lineup. I think there's like just one or two spots that are up for grabs. But if Gustafsson, Toninato, like these guys, Riley Nash show well in the bottom six, they're going to be locks most likely. So yeah, I'm pretty confident. It's just like one of the two wingers on the left side where are they going to be, and then the bottom six couple spots. Morrissey, Schmidt, Dylan, Pionk, Stanley, DeMello. I'm pretty confident those are going to be the pairings. The only switch I could see is Morrissey with Pionk and Dylan with Schmidt. But I think your pairing is most likely going to be Stanley and DeMello. And then Hellebuck and Comrie, there's been some questions or some debate on if the Jets should get a backup goalie, but I think Comrie could be ready. So if they get another guy, cool. I mean, if I could just throw out a random name, I mean, a guy like Dubnyk, they could just give $750 or $800K just for a year to see. But I think Comrie can be given a shot and it not be the worst. So let's see. All right, power plays. So Dubois, I mean, there's a little bit of debate here. I think the power plays can go in different directions here. I think you could just go the balanced, which is Dubois, Stastny, Scheifele, Wheeler, Morrissey, and then have Connor and Ehlers together on the second unit. Or if you want to completely stack the shit out of the top power play, then sure, you'll have Wheeler maybe in front with Scheifele, Connor, Ehlers, and Morrissey, or Pionk at the back end. Like, it's just hard because some teams really do well with that stacked power play, but other teams just don't do well because the second half of the power play is wasted. With Edmonton, like, it's a little different. Like a team like that, you have McDavid, Draisaitl, you want to keep those guys on the whole time. But yeah, I mean, I think Lowry will be the net front on the second power play, and I think Kopp will definitely be on the second power play. It's just a matter of those two wingers potentially switching. So we'll see. Yeah, Ehlers, Connor, you would want them on the top power play for your fantasy. So that's a question. But again, it's the balanced power play, and you want to get Dubois going. So it's just a matter of that. So yeah, those are three of the Canadian teams: Sens, Flames, and Jets. Give me your thoughts. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Let's go! All right. Boom. Solid recording. All right, we'll move to another couple teams here. We can go to Colorado. Leafs fan, you got to relax, bro. I'm not going to take too much bullshit. You think you're doing something in the chat? I really don't care. Like, if you're joking around about the Flames sucking, you can do that. But I didn't say anything to you, so don't try to throw random threats at the chat. That's super weird, bro. 19, relax, yo. Alex says Sens over Flames and Jets. Sheesh. That's tough. You think Kopp over Dubois? Wow. I mean, I could see that, Roman, but my thing is like, Kopp was doing so well last year. Like, you don't need to get Kopp going. You need to get Dubois going. And we know Dubois has more of an offensive ceiling, so sticking him on the third line doesn't really help you. And if you do end up wanting to trade him, like, that doesn't help him value-wise either. All right, so are we trying to go to Colorado now? Yeah, I think Alex, I agree with you, bro. You can talk shit about teams, but personal attacks, that's just out of pocket. I'm not about it. But, yeah, I think Carter Hart can definitely have a bounce back here. Oh, Rail, I agree with you. Dubois' work ethic was putrid. It was horrendous. There's a lot of words I could use for Dubois' work ethic in certain parts of the season and the playoffs. So yeah, I will also say, like, there's a few players in the Jets that kind of didn't show well after Scheifele got suspended. So hey, Bodo, good to see you in the chat. Thanks for being here. How's it going, Don? All right, hey, 87 in the chat, guys. Thank you. it's only my first couple streams back. This is my second stream in the last few weeks, so I'm sure as we get the streams going, there's going to be a lot more people in here, but I just want to say mad respects to you guys that are joining the first couple streams. I'm going to be putting in a lot of work and streaming a lot, so I definitely remember a lot of the people that were here from the get-go and right at the start before the season starts, so just getting back into the groove of streams. Devins, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, Don, we'll see. Flyers could be in for a big bounce back. I'm probably going to upload my Flyers and Penguins lineup prediction this week. So, yeah. I mean, I'm recording them on stream here for certain teams, but I don't think I'm going to do Flyers and Penguins tonight because I can talk about the Flyers lineup if you want. I have it in my notes, but the Penguins one is, like, interesting now, especially with Crosby not being there opening night. Yeah, but Oakley, I haven't streamed in the last couple weeks or last few months much, so... Yeah, are the commands working, guys? They are? Dope. All right. Yeah, guys, join the Discord if you want. I think that link still works. Let's see. I think it still works. Guys, someone else test it out. I think it works. Ray Bro's a legend. All right, guys. Are we going Colorado next? Is that the vibe? Bro. Trevor Richards has got to get Sanchez out here. Bro, I won't be happy if the Jays choke this game. Peter says Nova Scotia represents. I know, Bodo. I think that's the big question. I don't really get it either, specifically with a guy like Crosby. I was kind of saying this before, Bodo, before you were in the stream. Like, certain players wait on surgery because they're, like, going somewhere. Like, they don't want to have to go through recovery process and go through kind of, like, the work back process right in the smack dab middle of the summer, you know? Like, they'd rather kind of work the recovery into the start of the season, which, yeah, doesn't make much sense in terms of, like, being ready for the start of the season, but I don't know. It's tough to explain. It's just, like, certain players, like, you obviously don't want to just spend your little bit of vacation time or a little bit of time with your family in, like, crutches or in bed, you know? So it just depends. With Crosby's timeline, it's not like it's going to be that. It's not like he's, like, bedridden or on crutches. Like, I don't think it's going to be, at least. So I think it's his wrist, right? It's his arm or wrist. Like, it'd be different if it was, like, a leg or an ankle. But it's his wrist, I'm pretty sure, Crosby. Let me check it, unless someone doesn't know. I think it was his wrist that I saw. I just didn't want to confuse it with Matthews, but I think it's his wrist. Yeah, wrist surgery. Yeah. So that's where I don't get it because it's just wrist surgery. I shouldn't say just wrist surgery, but that doesn't have the reasoning behind it. So I don't know, Bodo. I really can't explain it. It is weird that he didn't get it earlier. Definitely weird. Same thing with Matthews. I don't know why Matthews didn't get his wrist surgery like months ago. All right. Hey, Nathan, all the best with school, man. Well, Alex, that's exactly what they can do. Like, he's contractually, like, obligated to follow this process, and the Sabres do have a certain say. Yeah, Roman, it's crazy. If his wrist is fully healthy, like, that's what I'm saying. Matthews is guaranteed to hit, like, 45, 50 goals, easy. If he gets going and his wrist is good. But yeah, that's why if Eichel had a lot more control in the situation, like, it'd be a lot different right now. Which is sad to say, but when you sign a contract that big. No, but like, Alex, I mean, the Sabres wouldn't want that to go down that way because they want to get value for him, but yeah, if a player breached a contract, you can terminate the contract. Or yeah, and if it gets a legal battle, it could go in a different direction. So, I don't know, man. I don't know too much stuff on that, but that's definitely, like, there's very negative ways that could go in. Most underrated team this year? Oh, Julian, you wait, bro. There's videos coming out for that. I can tell you guys a couple teams I think are underrated, but like, an obvious one would be LA, but I have some videos coming out, guys. Over the next couple of weeks, I have like 4 or 5 teams I'm going to upload different videos for that I could think are going to be like sneaky, underrated teams, so look out for it. Will the Leafs have fans? That's the hope. But, yeah, I think you got to be vaxxed. What do you suppose a trade package for Eichel could look like? Will, go look at some of my videos I made over the last couple months. It'd have to be like the value of like the equivalent of 4 first-round picks, probably at least. But I made some videos if you want to go check it out. Hey, all good, Gabriel. All right, guys. Yeah, Ian, we went through the Sens, Flames, and Jets. We're about to go through the Avs right now. All right, let's go through the Avs, Blues, and Stars. And then I think I'll probably finish it with the Cali teams. I'll rip through the Cali teams, and then, yeah. All right. Fair enough, Jack. Yeah. Expected from Ray Bro there. All right, let's see here. All right, let's go through Colorado. So, yeah, the Colorado lineup's going to be interesting. Let's look at it. Minnesota, though. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling, whoa. Simeon, go, bro. Let's go. That's going to be an error on the Yankees for sure. All right, sorry. I got distracted with the Jays game for a second there. The Minnesota one's kind of like the other lineups that I've been kind of avoiding, just only because, like, the Vancouver one I just went ahead because the Pettersson and Hughes. But hey, Oakley, you're watching. There you go. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I was like, Simeon, go. But I'm just waiting for Kaprizov to sign, and I was also waiting to see if they were going to make a move for a center. But I'm probably going to make the wild lineup prediction soon. Yeah. Real, I was already making my Blue Jackets lineup predictions, so I have it on my phone. I'll have that. Like, I'm probably going to mix them in with the Devils video and Capitals video potentially, because I don't want to make any more like of the videos with just one team. I feel like the Kraken was the last one I was doing that one for, so the rest I'm going to mix in together, like mixing in Flyers, Penguins together, Caps, Devils, and like Blue Jackets. I think the Cali teams are mixing together, the Florida teams, so... No, Kaprizov's not re-signed yet. There was a rumor, but never trust like random rumors. Like some fan, I think, took a picture of him at the airport. So maybe it's moving along, but not official. Yeah, I'll make a Blackhawks prediction video soon. They'll probably be mixed in with Minnesota, actually. All right. Alex, fair enough. All right, let's rip through. Sorry, people are leaving. I'll go through it right now. I was just chatting. Yeah, man, the Devils are super underrated. All right, let's go through it. All right, let's look at the Avs lineup here. So I think there's different scenarios in that middle six, but Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, you run that back. I think either Tyson Jost or Compher is going to be your second-line winger with Kadri and Burakovsky. And then I think you give an opportunity for Newhook to get consistent time with Nichushkin, so whoever the other winger is. Jost can also play in the center. Then your fourth line consists of like Maltsev, Helm, maybe O'Connor, Sherwood, like one of those guys. So, yeah, the second line left wing spot is going to be a big question. I personally think you give Jost, I mean, where you drafted Jost and kind of what his expectations been in the past, I think you finally give him that opportunity to try to get bigger time. He's had that time at times. So Comfort can be there, but I think Jost, even the hot take could be like you give Newhook and Jost an opportunity in the second line, and Kadri maybe. Like, it just depends on how Kadri's playing. I think that's another big one. If Kadri's playing well, then you have him on the second line easily. Defense, Taves, Makar, Girard, Murray, Byram, Eric Johnson. The only thing I'd switch there is maybe Eric Johnson and Murray, switch those spots. McDermott's your extra defenseman. And Nisimov and Jack Johnson for PTO. So it'd be hilarious if Jack Johnson made the team. I don't think he will, because you have 7 competent defensemen right there. I'm calling guys like Makar competent. No. Obviously, you have your big guns on defense, and then you have guys like Eric Johnson, Murray. If those guys stay healthy, you don't need a Jack Johnson. And Anisimov, I could see Anisimov actually making this team, to be honest. That's the one guy, I think he could make it on this PTO. If Anisimov makes it, he'll be the fourth line center, and then your wingers would be Helm and Maltsev. So I could see full out. I could see Anisimov making this team as the fourth line center. And even with potential to maybe a third line if Newhook doesn't work out in a bigger role, but I think Newhook's fine. Newhook's going to be good. So yeah, Anisimov could be in there. And let's look at power play. So we know the penalty killers for the Avs. I mean, a bunch of guys there. Confer, Helm, Nichushkin, Kadri can even be on the penalty kill if need be, but he's on the number 1 power play unit. So a bunch of guys there, O'Connor. So power play. So Landeskog, Kadri, Rantanen, McKinnon, Makar. I think you run that back. You run it back. That power play, when it was going with Kadri, was so successful. So I think you run it back with that power play. And then the second unit, Burakovsky, Jost, Newhook, Nichushkin, some kind of combination there with the forwards, 3 of those 4 guys. And then Byram, Taves. The reason why, I mean, if you're just going skill, Burakovsky, Jost, Newhook are the 3 best forwards there. But Nichushkin could be a net front presence. But I think Byram and Taves ride the blue line on that second unit. So the number 1 power play unit, no debate there, I don't think. Unless Kadri's not performing, then you could put Jost or Burakovsky on that number 1 unit. But I think you run it that way. Or you go 2 defense, but we'll see. So that's the Avs. Let's go to the St. Louis Blues lineup here. So Brandon Saad, O'Reilly, Perron, Buchnevich, Schenn, Tarasenko. So it looks like Tarasenko is going to start the year with the St. Louis Blues. So I think if you have Vlad in the lineup, you run him with a fellow Russian and Buchnevich. So I think a scenario also could be Perron over to the left wing, and then Buchnevich as, he plays the right wing. He's played the right wing with the Rangers, so you could do that as well. But I just think, in my mindset, if you want to get Tarasenko going, Buchnevich could be that guy, and I like the second line a lot in Buchnevich, Schenn, and Tarasenko. Third line, Kostin, Thomas, Kyrou. Fourth line, Sanford, Barbashev, Sundqvist. If you wanted to balance it out and Kostin maybe doesn't make the team, I think a lot of Blues fans want Kostin in there, but if he's not ready, for example, then I could see a scenario where you balance out the lines and go Perron on the left wing with like O'Reilly, Buch, Sanford, Schenn, Tarasenko, or Sanford, Schenn, Buchnevich with Tarasenko on the top line, and then Kyrou, Thomas, and like Barbashev or something. So I think that's a really solid fourth line. I mean, Sanford struggled at times. Sanford, Barbashev, Sundqvist, I think that's fine. Your extra forwards would be like McEachran, Kyle Clifford, guys like that. Krug, Falk, Scandella, Parayko, Mikkola, and Bortuzzo. Those are your defense. Binnington, Husso, goaltending. There's no debate there, I don't think. So, I think there's debate in the forward group for sure and how certain forwards are aligned. And I'll give a big shout out to my guy, Richard Clay, who says his lines are Perron, O'Reilly, Buch, Saad, Schenn, Kyrou, Sanford, Thomas, Tarasenko. Oh, I like the hot take. Tarasenko with Thomas to start. And then Barbashev, Sundqvist, and Kostin. Neighbors pushes for a spot but doesn't quite make it. I like the hot takes. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If they want to get top six chemistry going, I like that scenario of Kyrou in the top six. And then you have the mindset of, hey, if Tarasenko can get going with Robert Thomas, great. If we get a trade a month in, then your top six already has chemistry. So I like that idea. I was kind of having the mindset of like get Tarasenko in the top six and see if he can get chemistry going. And if it doesn't work out, then you trade him. But yeah. And Darkness says Perron, O'Reilly, Buch, Saad, Schenn, Tarasenko, Sanford, Thomas, Kyrou, Barbashev, Sonny, Kostin. All right, fair. I like the hot take predictions. I like it. And let's go to power play. So I think you can go in different directions too. But again, if you want to get Tarasenko going right off the bat, Perron, O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Schenn, and Krug. I could also see Schenn on like the second unit, and you bump up Buchnevich or Kyrou to the first unit. And then second unit would be like Kyrou, Thomas, Buchnevich, Falk, Parayko. If you want to take one of the defensemen out, you keep Saad in. But yeah, I think the power play is really solid too. I think that first unit's pretty nasty. So give me your Blues thoughts in the comment section. And now let's go to the... I'm spoiling! All right, let's go to the Buffalo... All right. I'll edit that after. Let's go to the Buffalo Sabres. We'll do the Stars after. I didn't realize the Stars was the next. I was spoiling. Anyways, all good. All right. So what are your thoughts, guys, on those lineups? Buch has to be first, in my opinion. Has great numbers on the range. Yeah, but you have to think about it. The Blues don't have like an absolute like star scorer. Like a lot of guys there can score and were really good for them last year. But I would say they have a really good balanced top six. Oh, Kirk, come on. Drop. Ah, shit. How's it going, Hockey Kid? You'd maybe put Falk over Krug? Well, Krug's a lefty. Falk's a righty. That's the... Oh, you're saying on the power play. Fair. Yeah, and Krug and Falk are together anyways. Anyways, let's go to Sabres now. So the Buffalo Sabres without Jack Eichel. So the Sabres, no Jack Eichel, and they've got to figure out a scenario where the trade happens, the surgery, whatever goes down, but we got to figure out what happens with the Sabres without Eichel, after Eichel. So they're going to get players in return, pieces in return for Eichel when the trade does eventually happen. But for what they have right now, Skinner, Middlestat, Olofsson, Ristolainen, Cousins, Hinostroza. I think that's a pretty good, skilled top six. Obviously, it's nothing crazy special, and it's probably going to be the reason why they're closer to the bottom, potentially, of the Atlantic. But I think if Middlestat can step up, Cousins can continue to develop. Ristolainen looked good in limited time. Hinostroza had a good end of the year with the Blackhawks. And Olofsson, Skinner, good. Bjork, Asplund, Thompson, pretty decent third line. I could see Bjork spending time with Cousins at some point. Gergensons, Eakin, Okposo, Kajula maybe in there. Like 3 of those 4 guys will be in there. And then Hayden as well as an extra forward. Dahlin, Jokiharju, Butcher, Miller, Haig, Pesek, and Dell, Anderson, Tokarski. It's not a good lineup, guys. But there's some skill. There's some positive sides. And I mean, if you look at the power play, Skinner, Middlestat, Olofsson, Cousins, Dahlin, that's skilled enough. And Ristolainen, Asplund, Bjork, Hinostroza, Jokiharju, Butcher. Again, not great. I like the potential of the number 1 power play unit, because we know Skinner can get going on the power play. Middlestat could step up. Dahlin, Cousins, Olofsson, all skill there. So I don't mind it. It's just not going to be good. But there's definitely positives of certain players that, like, if you talk about a bounce back, like Middlestat, well, not a bounce back, but a breakout candidate, to be honest. Like Middlestat and a bounce back candidate in Olofsson. So those 2 guys, I expect big stuff for them this year. So we'll see. All right. How's it going, Beard? I'm not doing it alphabetically. I've just kind of been going random. But, yeah, we've gone through the Sens, Flames, Jets, Avs, Blues, and Sabres now. We'll see, Jack. Yeah. It's hard to say, right? I mean, I could start running my mouth on the channel and start doing clickbait shit. Be like, yo, Elias Pettersson's going to get offer sheeted. Like, I'm sure there's potential for another player to get offer sheeted. We barely see one as it is, and we already saw one this offseason. So if we saw 2, that would be absolutely insane. Yeah, Clifford. Eichel is still technically, well, not like, yeah, he is a Buffalo Sabre. He's just not going to play to start the year. Yeah, Jack. I don't think many people were expecting it. All right, so... Alex, you're crazy, bro. What's up, Gabriel? All right, guys, I'm not going to take too long. Let's just rip through. Is there any Cali fans in here? If there's not, I'm just going to rip through this quickly just to give you, I mean, I'm sure there's some people in here that like some of the Cali teams. Like I know Ray Rowe likes the LA Kings, so it's not like I'm going to flop. I'm going to go through them, but is there too many, like, is there enough Cali teams or Cali fans in here, or a couple, I should say? If not, I'm just going to rip through it. Still get my thoughts, though, quickly. Ray Bro is a Byfield simp. A little bit. All right, let's rip through the Cali teams here. All right. All right, let me just fix this because I don't know what this is saying. Let me mute this. All right, dope. The Jays took the lead. Let's go. All right. Dope. All right, guys. Let's start with the Anaheim Ducks. And then we'll just rip through it. All right, let's look through at these Cali lineups. So let's start with the Anaheim Ducks. So the Ducks for the 2021-2022 season, I think there's a lot up for debate, but I think this is kind of what you start with. And of course, I think we're going to see a couple trades from the Ducks this year. So Comtois, Zegras, Raquel. I liked what I've seen in limited time from Comtois and Raquel in terms of chemistry. I think getting those two guys going with Zegras could be a really skilled, really good top line. Then Henrique with Getzlaf and Terry, so you have some experience with Terry. You have a third line of Lundestrom with Steele and Silverberg. And then a fourth line of Jones, Grant, and Delorier with like Milano and Volkov as the extra forwards. I really actually like Volkov. So I think Volkov should be given an opportunity. Like, for example, Lundestrom maybe spends time in the AHL. You put Volkov on that, or Jones on that third line and the other guy on the fourth. So I really like the potential of some of these younger guys, but yeah, obviously that top line I think is going to be what stands out. So I think Volkov and Milano need to be given opportunities, and I think those opportunities will come with trades. And I think Henrique could get dealt. I think Raquel could get dealt. Silverberg could get dealt. Even Getzlaf towards the end of the season could get dealt. Delorier. So some of these guys could get dealt if the Ducks lose early on, but we'll see. Fowler, Manson, Lindholm, Shattenkirk, Larson, Drysdale. I'm pretty confident those are the 6 defensemen that will start. It's just a matter of who's with who. I could see a scenario where Lindholm's with Manson, where Fowler or Lindholm are with Drysdale, but I like the scenario of Drysdale, kind of like what the Islanders in a way have done with Dobson, is like slowly get him in there. So Larson, I like the underrated aspect there with Drysdale, and then you have the bigger guys playing bigger minutes and just get Drysdale used to the big league. So I like that, and Gibson and Stollers as your goaltending. So not too much to dissect, but power play, Getzlaf, Comtois, Raquel, Zegras, Drysdale, and then Henrique, Silverberg, Terry, with like one of those guys on the back end, Shattenkirk or Fowler. I could see Steele in there as well, but that could be a 5-man unit. I like the top power play, though. I mean, Getzlaf around the net, Comtois around the net, Raquel, Zegras, Drysdale. Really skilled. And you give Drysdale that perfect power play opportunity. All right, so let's go to the LA Kings. So the Kings, man, arguably the brightest future in the league, or one of the brightest futures. Iafallo, Kopitar, Arvidsson, an experienced top line. Then you have Kempe with Deneau and Brown. Then you have a really fast, skilled line in Athanasiou, Byfield, Velarde. I think that second and third line is like really interchangeable. Like that second line could be the third line, the third line could be the second line. But I think you get Athanasiou going with a Byfield right away, or you could even have Athanasiou and Kempe switch spots there. But I like that potential of the top 9. Then you have Lemieux, Lizotte with Moore. I think Trevor Moore could be in the third line as well. Man, it's so tough because like you have guys knocking on the door like Grunstrom, like Anderson Dolan, like Turcotte. So you have guys knocking on the door. Wagner can be in the picture as well, but you have so many options. So I'm excited, and I think Arvidsson playing with guys like Kopitar and Iafallo, that's going to benefit him big time, especially Kopitar. So I think their centers, like they got so many options. Yeah, and I think even Kupari could spend time. I think Kaliev could spend some time. Oh my God, who else? Like, there's so many guys. You can go through like the Kings on cap-friendly guys, and you could see so many guys that could get called up at some point. It really, in my opinion, it just really depends on where the Kings are at in the playoff spot. If they're pushing for a playoff spot, then I could see a scenario where they don't make too many moves, just maybe 1 or 2 in the bottom 6. But if they're not, like if they're out of it by, I don't know, February, March, then you're going to see a bunch of these guys get called up. Kaliev, Kupari, Turcotte, all those guys will get called up probably. So, yeah, and you have to keep in mind, in that scenario, if the Kings don't do well, then Kempe could get dealt, Brown could get dealt, Athanasiou could get dealt. So, we'll see. Defense, Edler, Doughty, Mikey Anderson, Walker, Bjornfoot, Mata, Roy. Like, I think that's the top 6. Mata's contract, like, he's only got 1 year left. I'm sure the Kings will want to give him opportunity, so I could see Mata in for Mikey Anderson potentially, but Akil Thomas is another one that he could be knocking on the door soon. Yep. And they just drafted Brant Clark in this past draft. Peterson and Quick as the goaltending. I think either goaltender could step up at some points in the year, but I think they're going to run with Peterson to start. Potential power plays, you could have Brown in front with Iafallo, Kopitar, Arvidsson, and Doughty, and then your second unit could be a bunch of things. It could be like Byfield, Kempe, Velarde, Athanasiou, and Bjornfoot. I could also see Edler on the second power play unit. Like, Edler's been there. We've seen him with the Canucks on the power play. But I think you give an opportunity to Bjornfoot. But I like the top unit. I think the top unit could see, like, one of the younger guys put there, but I like it. I think the one thing that the Kings have going for them is they have a lot of guys that are very, like, two-way, very solid. Like, you're not going to see too many mistakes from a few of these guys, like a Kopitar, like an Iafallo, like a Deneau, like a Brown, right? Deneau is just super reliable. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and Cale Clagg's a good one. That's a good, actually, example of a guy for defense that could crack the lineup potentially. Sean Durzee's the guy they got in a trade with the Leafs. Good. Big shout out to Raybro for suggesting that, but I don't know if he's there yet. Grands, no. But Cale Clagg could be a guy. I mean, it was a scenario where I thought maybe Seattle was going to scoop up Cale Clagg, but yeah, Clagg could definitely be a guy that tries to sniff the lineup. It's just like right now, in front of me right now, I have 7 options. So unless they trade Mata and trade one of those guys on the right side, it's most likely like not going to be an opportunity for a guy like Clagg, but we'll see. All right, let's jump into Big Jack Olsen's team here. So Sharks lineup. So Kane, this is to start, guys. I think Kane could still get dealt. I think Hertl could still get dealt, but Kane, Couture, Barabanov. Barabanov and Kane had some chemistry going towards the end of the year. Meyer, Hertl, LeBanc, Nieto, Bonino, Balsers, and Cogliano, Gambrell, and Leonard. I mean, you can go through different scenarios here, but I think Bonino is on that third line. I think Balsers is also a lock for the top 9. And I could see literally 5 of those 6 guys in the top 6 getting dealt. Like, we could see in the next few months, Kane, Hertl, and Meyer, I think, could potentially not be on this team. So we'll see. Defense, Ferraro with Burns, Šimek with Carlson, and Knizov with Vlasic. I could see Šimek and Knizov swapping here. So Šimek with Vlasic and Knizov with Carlson. But I think most likely Ferraro and Burns are your top unit. And then Hill and Reimer as the tandem. I think Hill is probably the guy you go to start, but Reimer's the vet, or more of the vet, I'd say. So Aiden Hill, it's your chance to make it big with the Sharks. So we'll see. And then power play. So Hertl, Couture, LeBanc, Burns, Carlson. Keep Kane maybe away from these guys while they're doing their magic on the top power play unit. I mean, I could see Kane there on the top power play unit as well, but I like that second unit a lot. You have Burns and Carlson, man in the point, and Couture, Hertl, and LeBanc. And then Balsers, Bonino, Kane, Meyer, Ferraro. Not a horrible second unit, not great, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think on these California rosters, lineups potentially. I think the one team that has most up for debate, especially in the forward group, is definitely that Kings lineup. I mean, there's so many options. Not enough space to... I could have made a second page to list, but as I said, all these guys on this page, adding in all the other guys I mentioned. Turcotte, Kupari, Thomas, like a bunch of those guys. So we will see. I think the Kings could be... I mean, I'll be making a video, so look out for it. The Kings definitely could be a really sneaky team at some point. And even Kaliev. I didn't mention Kaliev. I think I mentioned him earlier. But yeah, there's a bunch of guys that could crack this lineup. So we'll see what happens. All right. Yeah, the Kings could definitely be a sneaky wildcard team. Or even a sneaky division team. We'll see. Ooh, Adam Simber in for the Jays. Hey, how's it going, Tommy? Yeah, so Tommy, we're probably not going to do... Unless there's a bunch of Blackhawks fans in here. I think I have it. Let me just see. I don't think I saved it. I have it in my notes on my laptop, though. So we won't do Chicago tonight, if that's okay, guys. I hope you're okay with that. We'll do it tomorrow or Friday. Yeah. Only because I can't do all of them. If I did all of them tonight, I would be here till like midnight. So obviously, I forgot the stars. Oh yeah, I'll do the stars before I end. That's the only... Well, actually, let me see. Let me see before I start committing to anything. Thank you, Richard, by the way, for reminding me. Okay, so tomorrow or Friday we'll do Chicago, Detroit, Washington, Pittsburgh, Philly, New Jersey, Columbus. Am I missing anyone? Oh my god, they're literally choking. Simber, are you kidding me? Oh, Nashville and... Oh, I still have to do Arizona and Vegas. Okay, we're going to finish that tonight. We're going to do Vegas, Arizona, and Dallas. We can do those three in like one video here. What's up, 19? Who's in here, by the way, guys? Don't be shy. Comment in the chat if you're watching. So yeah, all the ones I listed, I'll do that over the next couple days, but I'm going to finish with Vegas, Dallas, and Arizona here. That's safe. Did I do Edmonton? I did Edmonton for a separate video, guys. Guys, I saw someone ask me to do Edmonton also a couple times, and I also saw someone ask me to do the Rangers, I think, in Toronto. Like, guys, I already did videos for that. Like, if you go to the YouTube channel, that's why you guys got to have your notifications on. And Andrew, you suggested Seattle. I did a video for Seattle. Like, I'll check right now, guys. So if you go to videos on the channel, I already have done Seattle, Rangers, Islanders, Montreal, Carolina, Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto. So I've already done 8 teams in terms of videos. I've already done a few here on stream. So, yeah. Hey, thank you, Clifford. Where's Boston? Boston, I actually will be doing a video for Boston this Friday, probably, because I'll have a guest. No, Misty, it's all good. Just go watch that video. So Boston, I'll be doing this Friday. Oh, yeah, and the Florida teams I'll be having for their own video, too. So look out for that. I might include... we'll see. I'm going to have the Florida teams definitely together, Tampa and Florida. We'll see, Jack. I'm going to watch. I think the Bucks win, but I think it's going to be super close, like closer than people think. All right. What's up, Kyle? All right, guys, let's rip through these last 3 teams, and then we'll call it a stream. Let's go, Simber! He got him. Oh, yeah, let's go. We got Rizzo swinging. I was trying to see who was... Let's go, Simber. I think it was Rizzo. All right. Hey, thank you, Clifford. Yeah, guys, make sure you go check out the video if you haven't yet today with me and Canuck Clay. Or I should say Canuck Clay and I. HTH merch? Yeah. We don't talk about that. I'm slacking on that. That should have been out by September or August, and it wasn't. So people have been asking for merch for years, and I'm slacking. Because it's never been a priority. But, yeah, you guys got to start giving me shit. Be like, John, you bum. Where's the merch? Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thanks for being here. And 112 likes. Thank you, guys. Keep dropping the like. Let's try to get 150 likes by the end. All right, let's rip through these last 3 and then call her a night. Darkness says HTH means the damn merch. Yeah. Matt says, hey, Logan. But yeah, guys, I'll post these as videos, so if people want to look back or people that missed the stream, they'll be able to go to the video. So I'll post a bunch of these throughout the rest of the week. Who do I think is going to be the best goalie this year? I'm going to do award predictions, Kyle, before the season starts. So look out for that. I'll do award predictions, and But I do think, in terms of goalies that are going to have a huge year, I think Demko potentially could have a huge year. So we'll see. Demur, that's fine, bro. If that's your opinion, but that's just kind of a weird obsession, bro. If you're commenting that. No one's talking about that. But Demur, thanks for the support, bro. Go check out the Canucks videos. Me and Canuck Clay posted one today, so if you want to go check that out, appreciate it. You hope Bubble Demko returns? Yeah, man. Bubble Demko is just at a different level. and Buddy needs to learn how to spell if he's trying to hype a guy up. That's kind of tough, but he's trying to hype him up. Can't even spell. Risk. Jacob says, been feeling nauseous. Hey, well, Jacob, I hope you feel better, bro. All right, let's rip through these last 3. Let's see. And if you guys have any questions or comments, hey, how's it going, Matt? All right. Do I like baseball? Yeah, I have the Jays game on right now. I'm a Jays guy. All right. All right, let's start with... Let's start with the Stars. All right. All right, the Dallas Stars lineup. I see a couple different scenarios, but I'm running with Hintz, Pavelski, Robertson. You had the guys that were healthy last year who were doing really well for the Stars, and obviously a bunch of guys were out for injury, but I think your second line is going to be some kind of scenario of Ben Sagan and Guryanov, or Ben Sagan and Radulov, and then whoever is not on the second line on the third with KYRAN and Faksa, and then Raffl, Glendening, Como. You got an experienced fourth line, and then Suter, Heiskanen, Lindell, Klingberg, Sekera, Hakanpää. I could see Hakanpää with Heiskanen, like maybe Suter with Sekera, but I like Suter with Heiskanen. I like the experience with him, so we'll see what happens. But I think the Stars lineup has a lot of potential to be really good this year, like really good. If they can just get clicking, I like their top 9 a lot, and their defense is just super solid. Bishop's going to start injured, and Ottinger, Hudobin, Holtby. So they could at some point this year have 4 goaltenders that are healthy. So we'll see what happens with that, but it's never a bad thing for sure. And I like the Stars lineup. So we'll definitely see what happens in that Central Division. I mean, I think that's why people say the Pacific Division is the weakest, because I honestly think if you look at the Central, you look at the Atlantic, you look at the Metro, there's 3 really good divisions. And I think that's kind of what separates the Pacific a little bit, but maybe teams in the Pacific surprise us. But the Dallas Stars in the Central, they're going to have a tough time, but I'm putting high hope on them. And Ben, Sagan, Pavelski, Robertson, Klingberg as a top unit. I could see like Radulov or Hintz on that top unit instead, but then the second unit would be KYRAN, Hintz, Radulov, Heiskanen, or Guryanov. So that's my lineup for the Stars. And let's look at the lineup for... I just want to pause it for a second. Let's go! Sack fly. Jays up 5-3. Yeah! All right. Let's go to the Coyotes lineup here. All right. So the Coyotes lineup. So Keller, Schmaltz, Kessel, Dzingel, Hayton, Jaskin, Krause, Larson, Fisher. I could see a scenario where Jaskin's on the third line and you try to get Christian Fischer going. Christian Fischer needs to get going. This guy was someone the Coyotes had a lot of hope in. We haven't seen a lot from him, so maybe he gets a boost. And then the fourth line, the best fourth line in hockey. I'm joking around, but let's see a fourth line that has like Louis Eriksson and Andrew Ladd. That's gonna be so funny with Jay Beagle. Eriksson, Ladd, Beagle, Roussel are your options for the fourth line. I love it. And then your defense. We could see Chychrun traded, but I think he stays potentially to start. Chychrun, Lyubushkin, Gostisbehere, Timmins, Strawman, Soderstrom. I like the potential a lot of Soderstrom, and I like the addition of Timmins. And then Hutton and Kornar as your goaltending duo. Not great, but man, just you gotta love the vets on this team. Eriksson, Ladd, Roussel, Beagle, Strawman, even Gostisbehere. So we're gonna see what happens. I do think if the Coyotes struggle, which is kind of expected at this point, I think Kessel could get dealt. I think Keller, Schmaltz, like all these guys. Hayton is going to be, like, Hayton, I think, and Keller are living together. So I think Hayton and Keller could be 2 guys that stay with the Coyotes. Maybe Kessel gets dealt to Dzingel, Jaskin. So we'll see what happens. Power play, Krause, Schmaltz, Keller, Kessel, Chychrun, Jaskin, Hayton, Keller. If he's not on the top unit or he stays, to Dzingel there. I think you give Soderstrom an opportunity on the power play, but Gostisbehere could be there as well. And let's go to the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Golden Knights potential lineup. So I have a hot take. I think you could definitely run. So this could be your January forward lineup, or you just even start with this. So I'll just say, like, Stevenson with Pacioretty and Stone looked really good. But I think if you want to get Nolan Patrick going, that's with the 2 best wingers. Which, I mean, Marceau's done really well. But Pacioretty, Stone with Patrick. You have Marceau, Carlson, Smith, run that line back. Then you have Janmark, Stevenson, Dadonov. That's a really solid third line. And then Howden, Waugh, and Carrier. Tuck is injured. So look at this lineup with Tuckin. That's such a good fourth line. The fact that you have Janmark, Waugh, and Carrier, like such a good line. And then the defense, Martinez, Pietrangelo, McNabb, Theodore, Haig, Whitecloud, and then Leonard, Brossois are goaltending. Power play is disgusting too. We know what it is. Marceau, Stone, Carlson, Pacioretty, Pietrangelo, really good top unit. And then your second unit, Patrick, Smith, Dadonov, Martinez, and Theodore. When Tuck comes back, Tuck will probably be in that second unit. So good, man. Their power plays are so scary. It's crazy. So let me know what you guys think on these lineups. Boom. Rip through it. And I think my recording space is like low right now, so I'll have to clear some space. But boom. That was a lot of recording. So I'll post those for people, but yeah. You still don't understand the Dadonov pickup? Well, they're hoping for him to bounce back, and they feel like there's not too much risk because I think he's only got it's 1 or 2 years left. So it's like they didn't have to give up much to get him, and they feel like he can bounce back and put up close to the numbers he was putting up in Florida. So we'll see. Misty, I look at cap friendly and I look at last year's lineups and I base it off of that, what I know. Like usually when I'm just doing my notes, I'll just make the lineups and then I'll just kind of think about it, look back, and then figure it out. But anyways, guys, I'll stream here for another 5 minutes and then I'm going to end. So if you guys have any questions or anything you want to drop in the comments, and then we could also do a raid. I haven't done a raid in a while, so we definitely can do a raid. All right. Any questions before I head out? Come on, Jace. You gotta hang on. Yeah, I recorded the Sharks part. Am I going to do a stream tomorrow? Either tomorrow or Friday, so I'll let you know. Okay, D2, relax. We don't need any of that. We're talking about lineups and season here. Anyways, but NHL's top goalie tandem. Well, one of the best tandems is going to be Varlamov, Sorokin. What are the other good tandems? Oh, that was close. I'm trying to think of the good tandems right now. We'll see if Talbot plays well. Talbot and Kakkonen could be a good duo again. Price, if Price plays well, Price and Allen could be a good duo. D2, last chance, bro, or else you're gonna get timed out. Yeah, I mean, I could make a video on that, but I'd say Varlamov Sorokin might be the best, like, duo. Alex, go look at my... I'm gonna make another prediction video, so we'll see. Anyways, really, Matt? Well, you guys swept us last year, Matt, so... All right, so 5-3 going to the bottom of the 8th. Kemper and Francouz. I wouldn't put Kemper and Francouz where Varlamov Sorokin are, but they might be top 7. Seattle has a good tandem. Yeah, you're right. And Dallas, I was actually thinking Dallas Richard, but the only reason I didn't say Dallas is because, like, if we get the version of Hudobin and Holtby from last year, well, Holtby had a couple of good games. Like, not really, right? But yeah, Grubauer and Drieger are up there. I know, Clifford. Hey, Sushi, good to see you. Yeah, guys, all of you guys that have been in here, I hope you come back to the stream. So I might stream tomorrow night around the same time, maybe 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Actually, no. That's the reason why I wasn't going to stream tomorrow night, guys, actually. Now I'm remembering is Thursday Night Football, opening night. So I'm not going to stream during that time. What time's the game? Maybe I'll do it before. It's at 8:20. Okay, I'll either stream tomorrow at like 7 Eastern time if you guys want, or I'll just do Friday. Because, yeah, I'm not going to stream during the football game. All right. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do these lineup predictions like the rest of them on stream. But if I do, as I said, guys, the ones coming up will be Tampa, Florida, Pittsburgh, Philly, Columbus, New Jersey, Washington. I think I'm missing a couple, but... Oh, Detroit and Minnesota and Chicago. Those are the other two. So there you go. I think after that I'll be done. 88. Could you see Caulfield being a top 15 goal scoring leader when he retires? Like, of all time? No. Am I playing hockey already? I don't really play hockey, man. I want to get back into pickup or like beer league shit. Like, that'd be so funny doing like beer league vlogs or just beer league in general. I don't have to film it, but just playing would be fun. Adam, just rewinding the stream. But Adam, I will be posting a video on my Vegas predictions, but I recorded it on stream, so just rewind. I had Dadnoff most likely on the line with either Patrick or Stevenson to start. Whoever plays on the third line. I know, Caulfield when he retires, that's crazy, bro. It's so long, but hey, Hockey Froggy with the wild questions. I like it. All right, guys, make sure you drop a like on your way out. Thank you so much for joining. Community stream hockey game, that'd be crazy. That'd be wild. If you have any questions, guys, reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram. Go follow my Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, Hot Take Hockey. And I hope you guys have the notifications on for the Discord and YouTube mods. Please drop the Twitter, Discord, and second channel on the way out. Coco, yes, I posted the Rangers video, Coco. I posted it as a video on the channel. So if you go to the channel and go to videos, it's from 2 days ago, I believe. Or no, yesterday, actually. I posted this video yesterday afternoon. Rangers and Islanders lineup predictions. It's a video on the channel right now. Yeah. So that's a video on the channel. Go check it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday for the stream. But I'll definitely be posting videos tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow either way. So check out the videos and streams tomorrow. Or stream if I do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. See you tomorrow.